Alright, what's going on, guys? Today we're gonna do something fun for me at least. Something fun and something that would be probably a bit easier, I'd say, because we're mainly gonna be doing 3D art, um, which is more intuitive to me than programming. Uh, because with programming you have to like think about what you wanna code and stuff like that. We're not gonna worry about that today. We are going to just improve the look of the water using the power of 3D rendering. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to have like a cube, and I've done things before in the past where I basically use like a water I don't know if it's a plugin or a modifier, I forget, but I basically apply that to a plane, or hopefully I can apply it to any shape, and then that creates like a simulated water, like not like Gerstner waves or something like that, like an actual full blown oceanographic simulation. Is that the word? Using like spectrum frequencies. It's a more robust ocean simulation than just Gerstner, and it's not super performant, which is why I'm going to bake it into textures and then just use the results of that. So let me see if I can just remember how to use it. I'd also like to bake volumetric lighting, which I've never done before in Blender. So hopefully I can figure that out in a reasonable amount of time. But yeah, I'm hoping I can do this at a brisk pace. Um, but either way, it should be fun unless I get bogged down with like some random issue that I can't fix. Am I live? Okay, I am. Cool. Alright, so I don't see anything here that's ocean or water related, so I'm going to create plane and see if I have a modifier for that. Ocean, okay. Physics ocean. So is it a plugin or is it um already built into Blender? I'm not sure. Also, geometry generate, displace. Can I use this output in geometry nodes? Because if so, I think I want to make this three-dimensional. So, can I extrude this? Looks like it. Yeah, that'll work. That would work well if it didn't seem to flip the normals. If I extrude it this way, it seems fine. Oh, but then that side is kind of messed up. Hmm. Also, it's doing it along the normal right now. I think we just want to extrude along the y-axis. Or create a vector value. Combine XYZ, that might be it. Yeah. Okay, so now we're not getting any of that flipping. But we still have to flip the normal, so how easy is that to do? Flip faces, not necessarily flip normals, but this could work. We do only the top side. Or maybe it has to be the bottom. We'll try both. Um, okay, we're gonna have to use a knot, I think. And I can't even really tell if this is working right now. It's not the top or the side. Also, why do we have another group output port? How did that happen? Is it possible it's just not keeping the face? Like if I go in here, yeah, I don't see another face. Yeah, I guess typically when you'd extrude, it would get rid of the original face, so maybe that is the problem. Use like solidify. I don't think so. Alright, in that case, I think all we'll have to do is join the geometry. Okay, that seems to work. You might want to merge by distance. Probably want to do that. I feel like the distance is going to be far enough, like no matter what we do. The normals on the side are confusing me a little bit. Oh, it looks like it's distorting it on the XY plane. It's not ideal. We probably want to keep that functionality. Alright, let's adjust our settings for this modifier. See, I think we'll want to repeat it 3 times. How do I know what the size is? Is it spatial size? Oh. Well, if we assume it is... Is this, like, the magic number? I think this should work. Yeah, it looks pretty centered. And the cool thing about this is that it should animate. Maybe I need to toggle something. Or, yeah, I think I have to connect the time to our frame. Yeah, we're going to render this at a very low resolution. Let me get a camera going here. And I think we want to do it orthographic. Do I want to do it from an isometric perspective? Probably not. I don't think that would look very good. And I think our resolution should be 64 by 64. Yeah. All right, and then I have to scale this up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So it does snap to measurements for the worlds. We just have to get something that is, yeah, like a third. That is probably exactly correct. And then I guess we just have to get a look that we like. I don't know if I should adjust the parameters more or start working on the shader. Probably do the shader. But I think I'm just going to bake the like output color. I don't even think I'm going to worry about normals or anything like that. And I think the results will look fine. The only thing is if I want to modulate it, like modulate the color, maybe I can do something about that. Maybe I'll bake it as like a white color. Or maybe I'll separate the channels somehow. Which shouldn't be too difficult to do after the fact if I want to. I might also have to employ the compositor somehow here. But I did a bit of reading before I started stream. And I saw something about a volumetric, like, shader. Volume scatter, principled volume, volume absorption. I'm gonna say, I'm gonna go with principled volume. And what does that do? It may not do anything yet. Now, the other thing I saw is that only spotlights can work with volumes. which could be problematic. The only reason I want to use the volume is so I can get a parallax effect. That's pretty much why. Yeah, because I can't think of any easier way to do that, like, in Blender. I could try stacking planes, but that's probably going to be too much work. Or it's probably not the best way to do it. Also, I think the volumetrics work in Eevee. So, yeah, I don't know what the hell's going on here. Doesn't seem like any of the light types we're using make a difference. Okay, we might have to tweak these settings. Density attribute. I wonder how that is used. Don't need a color attribute. Absorption color, gonna turn that up. Maybe I have to do it in cycles. No, it doesn't seem to do anything. Let me look it up. Blender principled volume. Oh. Do I have to move along the timeline? Perhaps? No? Yeah, interesting. Oh, I should probably plug the volume output into the volume output port. Okay. Yeah, I can see it taking effect now. So let me set the emission strength to 0. So then the density is properly 0 now. And if I turn this up, it is running really slowly. Can I do this in Eevee? Uh, I don't even know what setting this would be. I don't think it's Fritzum calling, because, I mean, the mesh is still being rendered. Viewport. Okay. I guess I might have to go with cycles to see it better. And I can turn this down. course, we're gonna have to use like a noise texture for the density, which hopefully I can create a repeating one. Hmm. Okay. That is not ideal. Isn't there a way to use noise textures? I don't know if there's 3D noise though in Blender. 3D noise textures. Yeah, it seems like all the solutions are fairly involved. There's some sort of attribute we can tap into, maybe? Waves, foam, data layer? That would probably be one-dimensional, though. Spectrum, what is that? Oh, I think that's probably something to do with the calculations, yeah. Waves. We could, like, wrap the noise around, which would be simple enough to do, and probably look all right. Could be kind of expensive, though, computationally. Maybe we should just worry about getting the effect going, and then worry about repeating the noise afterwards. So I feel like that should already be using position. But I'm not seeing a lot of variation. Also, it's not working from the side. Are the normals messed up there, maybe? Maybe I should have started with a surface. I think for the surface, though, I'm gonna try a glossy. Because we don't actually want to have transparency here. Cannot tell if it's working. Can I use a sun light? That seems to be working. What gives? Also, I think the angle of the light, like, I can set the, like, for the art style, I can pretty much determine that the proper angle should be like 45 degrees or yeah, sort of rotated from the camera like that. Yeah. Maybe that's too much. Maybe I'll just adjust it back at some point, but for now I think that's fine. Alright, if I change the settings here now, we see any visual changes? Okay, not really. Gosh. Hair keeps getting in my face. Maybe volume scatter is what I want. Okay. Volume scatter might be simpler. Let's try that. Like, we don't need a mission or anything like that. Density could probably be, well, should be our noise value. Maybe it's not working with the spotlight, or the sunlight, I mean. Let me try putting a spotlight back in. Set the power to 5,000. That up. Okay, I'm gonna have to increase this quite a bit. Oh my god. Is anything going through? Okay, maybe I'm thinking of this the wrong way. Maybe the glossy BSDF is already, like, setting the opacity to 1. Yeah, and I think we can test this without surface. Okay. No, then the normals aren't rendering properly. Like, it only works from one side. Is it possible that we still need to flip faces? Can't tell, because it was working when we used the other thing. Yeah, there is like a strange shading artifact going on here. Maybe I should try that. Should be fairly easy. Just change this one before we send it in. Okay. Did that do it? I think it did. So that's what we want. Now, if I set the density to 0, does the light come through? Okay, maybe I'm thinking of it the wrong way. 0.1? Alright, yeah, now it is like a fog and the light is coming through that way. So now, what if I use the noise value and use some sort of, use a float curve, maybe best. Turn down the maximum density. And increase the contrast, maybe. Okay. So yeah, we might be able to do something like that. Right, and then for the scale up. No, I think we should turn it back down. This is only going to be 64 by 64, so you can think of the file size of that. Or maybe I should make it larger, but no, then we need more memory. So, okay. Yeah, this is probably fine. So maybe a bit larger than I originally, or a bit more granular than I originally thought. Because if we don't make it granular enough, it's going to be very obvious that it's just a repeating animated texture. Now we have to like make all of this look good, so I don't understand how the light works here. Okay, what if we plug the glossy in now? I can't tell if it's doing anything or not. Also, before we move on, actually, does the sunlight work? It looks like it's working. So I'm going to do that. Now we could try glass BSDF if glossy doesn't work. We'll try it one more time. Yeah, I think glass will be better. As long as we can't see the bottom. Why is it making it completely opaque? Maybe I'm using the wrong thing. Yeah, I don't think I fully understand how it like incorporates into the shader. Okay, I'm just gonna go with the full example here. I'm gonna use volume absorption instead. Supposedly, this will do what I'm trying to do. Yeah, I don't understand exactly what's going on here. Maybe we change the IOR? We are working with a larger scale here. I'm not seeing any of the lighting effects. Let me add a spotlight back. I don't think this is going to make a difference. It's just adding highlights. I have to turn the roughness up. Oh. Perhaps. That did something. It's like completely opaque. Maybe not. Oh, and in this example, they're using Beckman, not multi-scatter. I guess we'll see if that does anything. Seems like whatever operation I just accidentally typed in there worked for some reason. Like I did 1, comma 1, and that somehow gave me 2. Is that like another way to multiply? Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know why it's like completely black. Do I have to increase the brightness? What if I try like 10? Doesn't really do anything. Turn up the roughness, maybe? Seems like that could be doing something. 1.2. Yeah, it seems like it's gradually making a difference. We're not getting any highlights. Yeah, why are there all those like little dots? I guess that could be because of the volume calculations. Does it make a difference now if I try plugging in the volume scatter? Like, semantically speaking, I think we want to scatter light through a fluid versus absorb it. I feel like that word just makes more sense. I don't know what this does. Oh, there's a lot. What about this one? This one, maybe? It's not doing much. Could be giving us negative values. This noise function. I'm gonna keep that though, just in case. And I think the normals are correct, right? Wait. No, they might be incorrect. No. Because we're reusing the original mesh, which should have correct normals. I just don't know how to affect the color. Like, this isn't doing anything. Wait, what? What if I try changing some of these? Okay, well now it's... Clearly I don't understand how everything is working here. It seems like it's subtracting the color. So in that case, we'd want like 1, 1, 0 for blue. Okay, well that's very blue. Alright, maybe this is the way. Add some green back in. This would make it darker. So yeah, let's just keep adjusting these. I'm going to turn the detail up on this. And I didn't experiment with the absorption. That could potentially provide a better effect. Let's see. Okay, well now it's using the actual color I supplied. Seems to me like it doesn't make much of a difference. I feel like scatter might be better. Also, another variable we want to consider here is the color of the light, which, well, you'd also need like environmental colors, but with like the ambient light, it would be slightly blue, right? Because sky is blue and everything. Like this might be how the water looks on like a, or closer to how the water looks on like a cloudy day, but I think we're gonna go with clear skies for now. So I'm going to make sun blue, as we all know it is. We definitely have to keep adjusting these colors though. And we can like see through it as well, which is not ideal. Maybe I should turn this back up. What the hell? I don't know what I'm looking at right now. It almost looks like I'm looking at like a gemstone or something. Oh, that's almost there. The lighting looks so flat though. This is happening very slowly. Okay, well, the objective is to make good looking water, not mediocre looking water after fiddling around with this for 5 hours. So we're gonna ditch the volume stuff, at least for now. And see what we can do with this. Alright, and we definitely want to tweak some parameters. Doesn't look terrible, though. The lighting is flat, though, when we look at it from this angle, so maybe I should change the angle of the sun. At least if we ditch the... I do 0 degrees. If we ditch the volumetric stuff, we don't have to worry about the noise repeating right now. Doesn't look anything like water, though. Maybe we need more, resolution? Viewport resolution, render resolution. If we turn these both up to 8. Do I have to move it around in the animation track here? No. Let me save so that if it's too large, it doesn't crash. Okay, well, that is doing something. Guess I'll do 10. And what other BS Fs do we have? Glossy, diffuse, specular, principled refraction. That could be interesting. It's not really refracting, though. Yeah, it's not doing anything. Probably using it the wrong way. There's subsurface scattering, which, you know what? I wonder if this could be of any use. Because that is kind of how, or that does work in a similar way with water, right? Like, that is what happens in water. The light scatters below the surface, subsurface, submarine subsurface. I think we might be able to... Okay, I'll persist with this for a little bit, see what I can do. Okay, I probably want to look at this in cycles. Oh my god, what is happening? It looks good, though. Like, it's almost creating, like, God rays. Or maybe that's the normals. Maybe I'm looking at the normals right now. Yeah. Let me just keep turning up the scale until something happens. Maybe I have to turn up the IOR or turn it down. Wait, that's doing something. The thing with the subsurface scattering, though, is that it's so smooth. Like, it's for a completely solid object, I think. Or it's more solid than water. So it's giving it, like, this very smooth scattering effect. Kind of for, like, human skin or something. So I don't know how much use this will be to us. We could try mixing them, but I'm not seeing, like, any volumetric effects here. So, what the hell? Maybe if I made it less thick? Oh, but the light would have to shine through. Alright, let me just see what other shaders we have. Metallic, diffuse, emission, glass, glossy, hold out. Probably not. Principled volume, refraction, glossy refraction. I think refraction is for refracting light. Like, bending it around a shape. Which we don't really want here. Specular, no. Subsurface scattering. Yeah, it doesn't really work here. Translucent. Maybe we could try translucent. Doesn't do much though. Maybe we don't have foam or anything like that either. Here, let's try using that. Is this going to be a vertex color? Seems like it. Let's see, too much foam. Oh, we have to turn up the coverage. I see. What if we try glossy? Would that look better? It's almost like metallic or something. But maybe the glossy BSDF has like an inherently higher or lower roughness. Nothing looks how I'd expect it to, though. And yeah, again, it looks metallic. Principal to the rescue. Alright, that's similar to glass. Maybe you have to turn up the strength of the light. Okay, that seems to be helping. And it's probably fine. And that will allow us to turn down the roughness, but it looks like plastic, which is where... Yeah, I think like this amount of roughness might actually be correct. I mean, it's water. But we probably do have to incorporate some sort of volumetric element. Our watercolor is not ideal as well. We should probably use a mixed shader for the foam and like create actual foam with different light properties. That would probably be better. We're getting somewhere. All right, we're gonna try doing the volume thing again. And I think we're gonna use absorption. It just sounds correct. Yeah. Maybe I'll just turn off the foam for a second. Is this making an actual difference right now? Kind of is. Need to use a noise texture again, though. Why don't we try map range this time? Oh yeah, we might have to turn down the IOR to see the actual effect. And we might have to turn on cycles, actually. That might be the first step. Yeah, that completely changes the look. Let me try turning or changing the color first. Well, this time it's like working correctly, but that's because it's the absorption one. Trying to get the water to a correct roughness. IOR, maybe? It's kind of hard to tell what's happening. Higher scale work better? Lower scale? Maybe lower scale will look better. Also, is the glass actually transparent? That's like another thing. I don't know if it is. I tried this one. Seems to change the look quite a bit. But also the resolution is higher now. I don't even have the volume plugged in, apparently. It seems like it's not really doing much. And then if I just do pure volume, yeah, nothing is happening. Could it be that the light is too bright? No. Are we turning down the density too much? Does this have to be a little bit darker? Seems like that is doing something. Maybe a good way to think this is like the multiply by color. Yeah. I feel like we might be able to work with this. Probably should be a bit grayer though. Yeah. A little bit brighter than that. Or am I thinking would scattering be better? Or like both? This is almost like for density or something. Yeah, you know, we might want scattering for water. I don't know. We already have the we actually have the surface turned off right now. Maybe here's where we turn the density down. Eh, maybe. Might actually be onto something here. That kind of looks better. Yeah, that might be better. Now, what if we plug this in as well? It is getting like quite overpowered by the volume one. Let me just look at Blender water shader. God. See this. I'm gonna look up volumetric water shader. This is probably unnecessary. Here they're using absorption. Do we want absorption or scattering? What I want to simulate is like the light hitting little particles in the water and scattering everywhere. So I feel like scattering. Maybe both could be employed somehow, but also like how do I get these to mix in like a visible way? I can't even tell if it's affecting it right now. Okay, maybe it is. Yeah, it might be. I think we're getting closer. Should I even use noise? Well, we went like God rays. That's kind of what I'm looking for. So maybe we should have the noise. Wait. Hold on. Will this give us like finer control over it? That looks better. Alright, now what if we turn the detail up? Mix. That's not what I wanted. Mix color. It's not really giving us God rays though. What are light? I heard about that. Interesting. We're not going to be able to see the God rays from above, though. Not very easily. Let me make sure the light bounces are fairly high. Oh. Let me try the scattering one again. No, not subsurface scattering. Scatter. Volume scatter. Is it actually doing something now? I mean, it looks similar. What can I say? What if I do 0.2? That just makes the effect not very visible. What if we turn the value down to 0? Turn this up to 1. And maybe turn this up to like 0.1. Okay. We're going to try principled volume again. Also, I saw something that said volume absorption. Oh, yeah, that was the other one. What if I try combining this, the glass one? God, I don't even know. Let's plug in the density. Also, if we really want this to look good, we're gonna need like way more light paths, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, wait. Now we're starting to get the effect. Shit. Increase the total bounces to 32. Okay, it's actually starting to look like God rays now. Little beams piercing to the water. Well, now that we've adjusted that, can we use a simpler volume node? Not really. Or that isn't working, at least. I'm gonna go with the principled one for now. Could I try the other volume thing? Volume absorption? Sure, we can try that. Let's give that a whirl. Yeah, that's just absorbing light, so... Not really. Not really what we want. Let's go with this one. Because this one, it almost seems like it combines them, but really what's happening is it starts off bright at the top and then it gets darker as it goes, which is like exactly the behavior I want for water. Although it's not creating much of a visual difference from the top. Maybe once we adjust the density some. Yeah, let's get the contrast first. Like from 3 to 6. Oh, 0.3 to 0.6. There we go. That gives it a little bit of contrast. Does that change the look from the top? Yes, it does. Okay, now we're starting to get the effect I actually want. Just gotta find a good range here. That's probably a little too much. We could also... We might be able to use two-dimensional noise. No, probably not, actually. Does it look all messed up now? Oh, and we could probably increase the scale. Okay, I feel like we're getting somewhere with this. It should pierce deeper, though, the light. So I think we're going to need more depth. So I'm going to change this to like negative 100. And I wonder... Do we need the bottom? Like if I, what is it, delete geometry? Yeah, delete geometry using top as the selection. Faces. Now it seems like the normals are flipped. I think this is working, though. Oh, never mind. Alright, we're not going to delete that. Alright, so now it's like it's, trying to go through some sort of, like, thicker medium. So... I think... we should turn down the maximum density. That's starting to open it up a bit. Like 0.2. There we go. That is much more water-like. Does it have any actual contrast on the top? It does. Should probably have this move around with time as well. Noise, that is. Just how do we make this look good now? There's some other things here we can adjust. Temperature. 10 degrees Kelvin. 0 degrees Kelvin. I don't know if we have to do anything there. I'm not too familiar with that unit. I feel like our light color is pretty on point, though. So now we just need, like, the shininess again. God. Let's turn down the IOR. I think that helps. Uh, 0.3. Am I thinking of this the wrong way? 1. That seems to give an interesting result. Kind of like that. Turn the roughness up, perhaps? It is taking a while to render, though. I think we do also want some level of, like, diffuse color, not just, like, this clear coat highlight. Maybe I should use diffuse, or, maybe that will work. No, but we want control over the alpha. So, maybe principled? Could also try mixing the shaders. I don't want to do that, though. I kind of want something that incorporates them both. Probably copy this color. The light bounces are definitely taking up more time. We don't even know how this is going to look with pixel art yet. It's another thing. Okay, can I go to, like, this mode for a second? My God. Whoa. Interesting. Oh yeah, the roughness doesn't even change it, like, that much. Looks cool, but it's not, like, what I want. And now we have to turn down the alpha. Hmm. How do we get the highlight? It's seems to have actually done something. Mess with the IOR again. 0.4. Whoa. 0.9. Go to higher value 3. It's like something is almost happening. This is almost what I want. What if I turn the roughness up to 0.03? Oh, wow. Yeah, this is starting to do something. 0.06. Things are happening, guys. And then we add some color in. 0.3. Wow. It's too much. 0.1. 0.03. Hmm. Coat, clear coat. Guess I haven't tried using clear coat yet. Does the alpha affect that? What is sheen? What does sheen do? Maybe I'll turn this off. I guess the roughness could still be too low. What if we did 0.2? Oh. 0.1? It's bad. 0.05. 0.02. Okay, I think that's the correct roughness. Somehow we're just not getting a very errant effect. Also, I think the roughness should be lower. I would turn the metallic up because that reflects the environment, I think. But I don't want the environment to be like fixed. Also, that could break the wrapping effect. So why don't we do from 0.3 to 0.5? Let me turn surface off while I do this. Tell. Might be a little bit better. That looks pretty good, actually. But it's like, what happens on the surface? Like if we just have a very slight diffuse layer and then have like a clear coat, that'd be good. What other BSDFs do we have? Shader, translucent. Okay. Doesn't really do anything. There's no shininess. Sheen. I don't know what that means. Microfine. Okay. Sheen is probably not ideal. It might make it shiny, but I don't think it's ideal. Air? No. Glossy. Glass. Shin. Plug the glass back in. Looks not bad. Very blue. It kind of looks bad from this angle. I'm not seeing any highlights either. I turn it to 0.5. Could be the IOR. I'm gonna turn the reference back up. That's more like, damn it. How does this work? Too glossy. No idea what's happening. We have to turn up the max samples. Oh, I can't. Okay, now it just clicked in my brain what exactly max samples does. Yeah, so for render, this is gonna have to be like 256. What if we set it to 1? It's going considerably faster. I'm not seeing any reflection. So yeah, it looks plasticky like that, but then if we turn cycles on and get the volumetric effect, maybe we should start rendering image, so that is how we would like view it ultimately. Let's go much faster. That doesn't look bad. You know, we might be able to use that actually. Once we animate it, yeah. So let's copy this as a driver, paste it into time. Maybe it's moving a little fast. Hmm. There, that way we can control the speed. I guess we'll give this like 32 frames at maybe 16 frames per second. Which means we might want to make it a bit faster, among other things. Yeah, let me turn down the viewport resolution. A lot faster. Turn it up to like 0.2, 5. I feel like the wave size is pretty good. It's right now it is. What options can we change? I don't like the default settings, I'll be honest. Of course, we still have to incorporate the foam. We just render an image. Can't tell if that's better or worse exactly. Let's, oh, you know what? We should probably increase the scale of the waves. Yeah. Why didn't I do that before? That will, like, drastically change the lighting calculations. Matter of fact, I'm curious to see what this looks like now in cycles. Okay, it doesn't render. I forgot. I kind of just wanted to see the volumetrics. I feel like this will make our render look better though. More texture. Yeah, a little bit. Makes it a little bit better. Also, can we turn aliasing off? Like, we also have to stylize this, or we might have to stylize this. bake. There's denoising, which could be doing some of that. What would it look like if I turned off denoising? That looks terrible. I'm gonna increase the max samples. Is that why that's like limited? Oh yeah, the samples are going like way up. Let's turn it to 2048. Then turn denoising on. Render image. It should theoretically give the highest quality result. Yeah, this will both look better and run faster than our Gerstner waves. I think that could work pretty well. Once we get foam and stuff like that, yeah. But for now, I'm going to turn it to 256. So we can iterate a little bit faster. Can we do like a live re-rendering? Is that a thing? I don't know. Impress F12. Scale might actually be a little extreme. Yeah, because it's also deforming on the other axes, so let me turn it down. Up the choppiness? No, choppiness is not what we want. That didn't seem to make a difference. Depth, maybe? Okay, now I'm thinking I have to like move the simulation along again. Depth 500. Not noticing anything change. What if we turn down the choppiness? And increase the scale then? Okay, we want some choppiness because that really helps to create like that pinching effect, sort of. And then beyond that, I think we just want to adjust like the roughness and stuff, the lighting calculations. So generally my assumption is that when we turn up the roughness, it gives us more uh like diffuse shading, which if we want like I mean that's kind of what we want more of in our bake. So let me turn that up, render an image, see what that looks like. Turn it up to 0.2. Just see what that does. Nothing is changing. That's probably going to be too much. Yeah. Try changing the IOR. I think what's happening is the highlights are just becoming less apparent. Let's actually stick with like 0.1. And what if we turn... No, let's do like 0.04. What if we, oh god, what if we turn the IOR up? I don't even know what that does. I think that looks better. Hold on, more. We need more. We need all the IOR. Now it's starting to like glow almost. What about 3? Should probably try like a low value as well. 0.1. Let me try that. Still have to turn anti-aliasing off. Probably. 0.1 was way faster. Interestingly. I think there are like some toggles that happen after you turn it past like 1. What is even happening now? .9. 0. It's gonna be too much. So we could also try this. Very good though. Does generate normals matter? I'm gonna turn that on. Or maybe not. As long as the mesh normals exist. Okay, I kind of like the results we were getting when we were doing like 2 point this. Would I be correct in assuming that we want to make our highlights smaller? Kinda. Let's do 0.02. I'm liking how this is looking. Interesting. Maybe we'll try this. All right, now let's see if we can turn off anti-aliasing somehow. Blender, turn off aliasing in render. Output, render. Turn this back up to 2048. Advanced. Hmm. It's not going to be in color management, right? Volumes. Keep that as is. Maybe that'll do it. Yeah, we're getting much clearer highlights now, it seems. Oh my god, no, just got rid of them. Is that because of the denoising? Maybe I should have that effect a little bit. What if I just used, if I go to the denoising, Oh, I can't do just normal. Dang. It bounces. It's not a... What was I doing again? Oh, yeah. I can't turn this down all the way. Don't want to turn transparent on. Width. How about 0.5? It's like now the highlights are probably a little too sparse. Jeez, I don't even know what happened there. 1 pixel. We're gonna try 1 pixel. No, we're gonna try no pixels, and then we're gonna turn roughness up to 0.1. See what happens. It's actually 0.01 pixels. I guess I just can't turn it off. Almost works. Let me try a different frame. Better image. I think once we add foam, it'll help the effect. I feel like the denoising might be screwing it up some. Also, we need to, like, get repetition going. Yeah, okay. We need to get these to blend now. So I know there's a way you can do it by duplicating this and then basically animating the frames, which is probably what I should have done to begin with. Well, but what is it at frame 32? It's 4.80, so I guess we can make it like 5. Start at 0, keyframe for 32. Set it to 5, keyframe. Cool. Maybe it has to go first. It does. And this one can go from 0 to 5 as well. And then the scale is what we want to control here. Yeah. They add together? No. So yeah, what we can do is we can set the scale of this one 5.6 here, set it to 0, and then do the inverse for the other one. I think? Wait, I might not be doing this right. Maybe the time has to go in reverse for this one. Okay, maybe I have to re-keyframe it? Is that why it turned orange? I don't know what the hell I'm doing. It's starting at 5. Scale is high. Does it just need some simulation to start with? Oh, because this one is like overwriting it. Displace. That why? Is it seamless now? Do we get a seamless? Oh god, that looks pretty bad. And there's a couple things we can do to improve it. I know there's more than that. Scale. So, yeah, I guess we could change all of the blending to linear. And it reverses direction. We don't want that. So, okay, let's have this start at 0. And this one... I gotta think about this. Like the reverse thing is correct, actually. But then it immediately starts going in the other direction. Okay, is it possible to do it this way, where the time is increasing on both of them? I don't know. Whenever they like transition, they have to be the same time, I think. If I could have this one be -5. Okay. -5 plus 5. Then 0 plus 5. And then this would be 5. And end at 10. Because, yeah, we're blending to the other one. At which point, this one is now starting at 5. Which goes back to here, where it's starting at 0. This one's starting at 5 in the scale. Okay, let's try this. Cool. I think we're getting enough variation for our purposes. We might want to increase the scale at some point, but I think the amount of variation we're seeing through the time dimension is good. All right, render image. We got to get the foam going. I don't know if I'm going to do spray. Spray might not be worth it. To be honest, our water is still looking a little questionable. Is the denoising doing that? What the hell? What if you... Isn't there a way to specify when we start denoising? Let's see it here. I guess use automatic here. That's lame. Alright, let's see if we can incorporate foam now. So goodbye volume scatter. I'm pretty sure we don't need that. And we're going to use a mix node. Shader with our foam as our input value. Then we need a foam shader, which I guess we could do diffuse. Also, I haven't wrapped the noise yet for the volumetric lighting. We'll see if it's necessary. With a roughness of 0.7, maybe? Is it generating foam? Oh, we might have to change the foam scale. Two foams. Let's go right in the middle. Yeah, I don't see anything changing here. Oh. Okay. Well, of course, I knew that was happening. Looks pretty cool. We do want to turn down the coverage, though. Hopefully, we don't have to keyframe these as well. Just render an image. Looks cool, but it's very foamy, though. About 0.1 for both. It might also be doubling the foam. Could be why. Let me just keyframe those just to be sure. So, assuming they're doubling, we would want this one to start at double the value. So we're getting like what we had before. Two, 0. I think I've been doing this for so long. Image. Still too much. So maybe it wasn't doubling. But I think the foam is improving the look quite a bit. There's a lot of foam. Alright, that I think is a good balance. Is the anti-aliasing off? Yeah, okay. Maybe it's just the denoising. Why don't we do fast denoising? Not necessarily low quality, but fast. If that's an option. So basically just do less denoising. Can I find the option? Oh. Pre-filter, what is, wait. That. No, I don't think we want that. Fast? Fast quality? What if we try that? No, it's doing like the same thing, just crappier. So I guess we'll do this. We can also turn it off. What does that do? Okay, I feel like that looks better. Maybe we'll keep that, because there's enough variation in it already to where it doesn't make a huge difference. I think that would look better in game. That would look like way too realistic for the art style, but this will at least give us a starting point. Are we ready to make an animation? We have to set an out folder. Let me set that in Blender, if I can find it, please. Alt. Yeah. RGBA, no, just RGB. Image sequence overwrite is probably good. PNG will work for this. Render animation. Here we go. This might actually take a little bit of time. And it may not work on the first one, so. Yeah, this is gonna take a little bit. It'll be worth it. While that's cooking, I'm gonna go and look up images to sprite sheet. Do we have to use a sprite sheet here? We probably want to. It's the one I saw like not too long ago. Like the one that lets me set the output settings for Godot. Okay, well I can probably just use this one anyways. This is gonna be 32 by 32, so what is the square root of 32? Am I thinking of that the right way? I think so. Maybe I shouldn't have done 32. I should have done Oh god, not that. 25 or 36. Dang. Also, what is the memory cost of this going to be? 32 times, or 64 times square root of 32. More so just getting an approximation. So it'd be like a 362 by 362 texture, which is pretty good, actually, if that's correct. What'll be like 2/3 of the way there? It's funny, this is like the smallest image size ever. I don't really have a lot of processing power here. I don't know, maybe if I had like the GTX, the GTA RX 5 quadrillion or something, it would actually go way faster. I don't know how much of a difference it would make. It might just go like twice as fast. I don't know. Or maybe it'd go like 12 times as fast. And I think I could, if I really don't want to rebake this, I could probably work with these textures to create like a modulation thing. Basically just convert the value to RGB. Okay. Here are our textures. Bring them in here. Now, this is gonna look a little screwed up. Wait. Sort order not guaranteed. Grid? Okay. Is there a sprite sheet? Let's go to tile map, tile set. What is it? Set. Tile set. Also, how am I going to make this work with the auto tile? We'll see. Yeah, how do you make an animated tile? Um, Here perhaps? Frames? What did I add? Let me look at this. Or, for now, I could go to the material and just alter that. Might be a bit easier. Okay, we're gonna comment all of this out. Shader type. Canvas item. No, then we're gonna have to make like the scrolling manually. That'd be really lame. But we're gonna what we have. This might break the C++ though, because we're not gonna have any resolvable tiles. Maybe we'll fix that. Let's go to the texture. We're gonna drag in water sprite sheet. Yes. Okay. How do I delete all these ones? Can I? Okay, I'm just gonna ignore that. Okay, columns 3, 5, 6. Speed. I don't know if it's working. Games. There's supposed to be something I can edit here. Hold on, what if I do this? I guess I could arrange them all in a line. Rows. Yeah, horizontal. Oh, now I can select these again. Okay, I guess I'm gonna have to... This in here? No. Alright, that's the wrong one. What was it called? It was like cliffs. No. Okay, well that'll work. That's just a selection? I think I am creating new tiles. Okay, delete those. Then go back here. Water sprite sheet. No. Columns 32. Can I preview the animation? I don't even know if these are gonna wrap. I think they will. At least the waves will. Although I don't know how much the noise we used is gonna affect it. Oh, do I have to place a tile down? I guess I could do that. Not doing anything. Am I gonna have to do that for every frame? Okay, that would be crazy. Oh, maybe I should do the material thing again. I don't know how far I can undo. Although I probably should fix the being forced to use auto tiles thing. So, let me stick with this. Although, having to specify every single frame is going to be annoying. Okay, yeah, this is kind of awful. All right. In that case, we're going to use water. No. Back here. Material. Shader material. New shader. This in a decent spot for now. Sprites. Tile sets. Rain. Oh my god. 1 second. My voice is starting to crap out. We gotta wrap this up. Yeah, water.gd shader. Best viewers on nobodycares.com. Owned. I don't know why that's been happening more and more to me. Okay, uniform sampler 2D. Yeah. Water sprite sheet. Probably just call this like liquid or something, not water, but ever. And then here we'll say, wait a minute. Yeah, there should be a canvas item. Is that what we're doing? Canvas item material. Okay, maybe I think I can do it with a shader though. Void fragment, void color, so I have to look it up. Godot canvas item shader. Okay, void fragment. Color equals texture. Water sprite sheet. UV. File set. Shader parameters. Water sprite sheet. Alright. Then we can say vector 2 ratio equals water or texture size. Yeah, texture size. Water sprite sheet. Let me get the size. Okay, and then size. I think this is just going to be a float. Size.x divided by float size.y, or I think it's y divided by x, if we're going to do it horizontally. Okay, and times ratio, or times vector 2 ratio 1, right? And then we can say uv.x plus equals time. Okay. vector 2 time 0.0. I think I know what's happening. Vector 2 offset equals 2 time size.x divided by size.y, amount of frames, 0. Plus offset. Interesting. We do want to snap this though, or all right, we need to create some more variables. Float frames, or how about integer frames? Size.x divided by size.y. Okay, time. Here, we'll call this float time equals time. And we'll do something else with that in a second. Time. Times frames. We want to round that. Divided by frames. We're going to turn this into a float. I guess technically there's no reason to have it as an integer. Right, then we have to wrap it. So I guess we can do that here. Offset.x equals modulo offset.x frames. It's not really snapping. Okay. I think we just have to round it, actually. Yeah, okay. I guess we can incorporate that all into here then. And here we can apply the multiplier. So 16 frames per second is what we had. And that does not work. Are we using frames correctly? Let me look at my animation again in Blender. The time thing, whatever, the timeline, yeah. That's wrapping in Blender. Should we do round modulo instead of modulo round? Don't know if that would make a difference. What if we do frames plus 1.0? It just kind of breaks. Look at the sprite sheet. Oh my god, did it clamp the max size of it? No, it didn't. Looks like it's not repeating though in our bake. Are they not ordered correctly? Sorted by file name. I don't believe you. Oh, now we have all this stuff. Yeah, it's like they got offset or something. Did I start baking it like the wrong spot? Okay. 128 max samples. I'm gonna re-render the animation. Obviously, it's gonna be way less cool this time. Doesn't look too bad though, all things considered. Like, isn't this 128 samples per pixel? I feel like that'd be pretty good. Oh, did I start at 0? Looks like it's rendering correctly. Yeah, if I look at it through the camera, it's fine. Here it's messed up though for some reason. Maybe I should try starting at 0 again. Is it gonna be the same thing? Is the animation not playing? Yeah, they're exactly the same. Then if we look at 32 and 0 here, it doesn't look right. What if I try deleting them? Shader animation, I suppose. I mean, I guess I could check the result in cycles. Does look like the foam might be different. Maybe I should make the coverage consistent. As in, no keyframes. I think I'm still noticing a difference. Is it the foam? Is the foam, like, officially messing us up? Turn the coverage up to 0.3. And 0.3. Cannot tell. Plug that into the surface. Okay, that is much clearer. Yeah, it is different. That's frustrating. Oh, I was thinking of it the wrong way. Yeah, the attributes, they're color attributes, so I think the coverage can stay consistent, but we do have to animate it in the shader. Let's go to shading. Plug all this stuff back in. And then we want to send this to a different layer. Or we might be able to use coverage, we'll see. 2. Can we add these for now? Alright, are the results at least the same now? I cannot tell. Okay, maybe we should animate the coverage. Try that. I really can't tell if there's a difference or not. The time is different here. Well, here this one is off. Here this one is on, and the time becomes 5 here, and the coverage of the foam gets turned back on. Here, we'll do this. Why? It's not changing. Or it looks like it wasn't changing. I don't know if we can animate shaders directly. Probably not. I know we can use drivers, but I'd rather not do that. Okay, what if I look at just one of these? Maybe the coverage doesn't stop at 0. Okay, that might actually be exactly what's happening. Okay, final decision. These will not be keyframed. Totally the final decision. So we're instead going to mix. Oh, you know what? We probably use the coverage as a driver. Or scale. We have to divide it though. Thank God. Okay. Plug this back in and oh, that's not right. Oh, yeah. Okay, we're going to render animation. This time it'll totally work. Let's make sure all of our code is correct. Here, let's turn sample nearest on for this. For filter nearest. What's up, Detective Pikachu? Yes, we are rendering animations. We're rendering water sprite sheet. And I almost have it in a workable state. Actually, I shouldn't say that because I don't know if this tile format is going to work with the terrain generation system I'm using. I probably will have to fix that if I haven't already. Okay. Let's see. Since we have all these import files, I have to open these images like through the file browser with a image filter. Will it repeat? Oh my god, what is happening? Maybe I should try round modulo time frames. That's not really doing much. Wait, did that just happen now? And when I click back on the screen, there's like flickering again. Well, do they tile? That is the question. Uh, they kinda tile. Oh, why does it do that? Yeah, and then when I click off the screen again, it like fixes itself. This still looks pretty bad. There's too much foam. I don't know why that's happening. Also, apparently I can just preview it in here now. Oh, but I can't have both open at once, so maybe I should... place one down. Okay, what if I multiply it by like 32? Does that make a difference? And then when I click off the screen, it fixes itself again, magically. What? Okay, maybe it'll work when I run the game. If the game will run. Which it might not. Yeah. Okay. So to finish this, we're gonna have to fix something in C++. Shouldn't be too bad. We're gonna cap it off with a little bit of C++ stuff. Do we get any errors? Well, it's multi-threaded, so we wouldn't. Okay, I'm just going to include functionality so that we can have tiles with no auto-tiling in them. I don't care. So would that be in selector rule? I feel like search through all my stuff. Done this in a while. Solver. Green solver. Solve terrain job. Okay, and we want to check one other thing. Well, we probably also want to check when we call that, but I want to see how we configure the data structure for like checking all the different cases. I think that's actually right here. Yeah. Get tiles count. If duration terrain cell neighbor max. Get tiles count. Get terrain set. Guess that would work. Atlas position X, Y. Source index. Okay. So basically this all of its configurations would be 0, right? Can we account for that? Yeah. Otherwise we manually create the key. Full configuration. So I think it's supposed to take this as the default, the full configuration. So in theory, yeah, wouldn't we have done that for the trees? It's kind of silly. Well, maybe not. Maybe it's not silly. Like, because then we are forced to give all of them some sort of like terrain implementation, which standardizes it a bit, but at the same time, it is also, you know, a bit of repetitive work. And I might forget that's something I have to do. Maybe I should make an error for myself. But then I'm going to lose processing efficiency. Yeah, I wonder if the C++ compiler, like, I know some of those, like, error throwing macros are, like, nested within other macros, or they might be that only check if it's, like, a debug build. And if it's not, it'll just omit those, and I wonder if, like, the compiler can somehow get rid of those if statements. I'm not sure. Seems a bit far-fetched. Yeah, let's, oh my god, it's so broken. Why? Terrain set, terrain set 0. Are these really numbered? That's frustrating. I think it'd be terrain 1. I should be able to paint this. Yeah. What am I doing? Does appear to be what it is. So this is the full configuration. So again, in our code, if we do not have a certain key, we'll just default to the full configuration. And actually, if I go to Pinetree, it's the same thing. So this is how we do it. We kind of already had it implemented, just not in the best way, or not in the most obvious way. Maybe I should instead default to the empty configuration. But also, we might want to have that default value. I don't know if it'll like generate it in the data set otherwise. It's probably like a reason I can't think of. Okay, but it's still not working. So what the hell? This is the water terrain set. Come on. Try again. Oh. I didn't click the start button because I have the UI hidden. Here we go. Whoa! It looks... I like the coloring a little bit. Oh no. There are a lot of things happening right now. Well, I did say I wanted to turn the viscosity of the water up, so now I'm gonna have to remake it anyways. I have no idea what's happening. Why are you doing this? I'm gonna, like, turn down the foam, because, oh my god, it's awful to look at. And then while we're working on whatever, I'm just going to re-render the animation. Yeah. Let's go back to our tile set. And I like how I implemented this part of the workflow. You just go to custom data, set the viscosity anywhere between 0 and 1. I think before it might have been like 0.4. Let's try 0.5. Okay, that might be what we had before. Feels very similar. In fact, I think I'm going faster. Okay, what the hell is happening? I have to hide this again. Tile map, water. Do it. Data editor. Time. What if I do time times nothing? Well, then we're getting the wrong frames. But then if I click off the screen, that is so weird. I guess it's not completely fixed. Looks quite a bit better though. Why is the foam still, like, completely there? Okay, well, before when the coverage was at 0, it was still somewhat there, so maybe we need to do, like, negative 0.1. Meantime, figure out what is going on here. Yes, everything we're working with afloat. UV plus offset. Is vector 2 ratio. Is that right? Oh. I think, yeah, I think what we want is UV times ratio plus offset. Shit. Never mind. But is this correct? I don't know if this is correct. UV plus offset times vector 2 ratio. Okay. Right, UV times ratio. Then we should just be able to add the offset at that point. Unless it's, like, screwed up. Oh, we might need to floor it as well. Okay, now we're only getting one frame. Oh. Okay, this has to be... This has to be multiplied by the ratio, but independently. I think. Nope. And again, when I click off the screen, let me look that up. Godot Clicking off screen fixes time-based shader. Very strange. I don't know if I've seen this before. Also, how does our shader look? It looks a little bit better. We'll try this. How does, I guess, our texture, not our shader. I might have also exported it incorrectly. Which might actually be why this is working. My god. Yeah, I think I exported the sprite sheet incorrectly. That looks a little bit better. It's a little shiny. A little too shiny right now. Maybe we'll turn down the shininess. Yeah. Let's make it like 0.1. Just render an image to test that. I think we can go higher. 0.2. Image. And now it's like way too much. Cool. What if we turn this down? Render image. Ooh. Okay, what if we set that at 2? Set the roughness to 1.5. That had unforeseen results. What did I do? Oh, 0.15. Yeah, set this to 2.5. Two. Have to increase it. I'm going to keep it at 2. Set the roughness to 0.1. What if I set it to 0.5? Experiment. I think part of the problem is that we have the world's brightest light shining onto our water. Let's cut the brightness like by half and see what that does. It might reduce the volumetrics, but whatever. Okay. Maybe that isn't the problem. Yeah, no, I don't think it is. We can keep that. This is looking nice. Eraser. Need to erase. Oh. Something with the color, maybe? No, it didn't really do anything. Alright, well, I guess these are the visual characteristics of glass. If I want, I could try turning denoising on. Might smooth it out a bit. Okay, now I want to turn the roughness back down. 0.05. Your image. What the hell happened? 0.1. The denoising is so strong. Alright, well, I guess I can do this for now. Oh yeah, there's still a good amount of noise in this texture, but for testing purposes, it's probably fine. We can also see this way if it will wrap. You know what? I'm going to do another one with 1024, and that could be like our real final test. I can't even zoom in. Okay, we're going to try testing this. We'll see what happens. My computer might just explode. It's okay to let your computer explode because sometimes people make mistakes and you have to persist through the challenges you face in order to accomplish your goals. Let's do this. It's so shiny. Too shiny, damn it. It's like blinding me. Ugh. It's too much. I don't think this new batch of images is going to look much better, to be honest. I'm going to cancel that. Here, let me turn that off. We're going to try 256. Were we doing 128 before with denoising and just see how that looks. Maybe it will break the wrapping effect. We'll see. It looks like so cloudy. At least it'll render faster this time, though. I also had an idea to potentially remedy the IK target mirroring problem we encountered last stream, which is to use an IK route as well. And you could move that with the armature route. I feel like it would make things somewhat easier. Let me stop hiding behind my microphone. Move over to this side of the frame. Oh, it's done. I don't know how this is gonna look. Maybe this is how the render is actually supposed to look with like denoising applied. Looks cool, but it looks like way too, I don't know, like way too procedural. Okay, that is not exported. There's no way. That is correct. You did not sort that by file name. I do not believe you. You were wrong. It's probably because of the import thing. You know what? We might have just ruined it. Okay, this is now going to become .Godot. So I'm pretty sure that's how you exclude imports. And we're going to have to render this again. Okay, I didn't press shift, so that's going to accumulate a small amount of space on my hard drive until I decide to delete it. Render animation. Yeah, it's so like, first of all, it looks pretty cloudy because we're looking at like a low resolution image. It's also way too realistic, I guess, for lack of a better term. Looks kind of cool though. I don't know. Even in its like broken state, it almost looks like it's supposed to animate that way. Like I feel like if you had like a globe and that effect was inside of it, you could make like a cool little loading animation, loading screen animation that way. Like, you know, when you have the spinny thing at the bottom right, but then some games do other things, you could have like a, I don't know, some sort of globe themed game. Whatever that would be, maybe Wizard. Wizard, that's gonna be the next game. Wizard game. You play as a wizard and you fight the dragon. I do want to add magic to this game at some point, or like magic enemies. I guess we can already breathe fire, which I don't know if you consider that magic. Because, like, it's not the dragon casting a spell, right? And we're just talking about, like, typically how it's, you know, created in media. Okay, well, still sends it to this directory. We'll see what happens. Looks like the result was the same. Godot might have still done something with it. Water sprite sheet. No, I can see like a flash of, yeah, whatever that is. Okay, we're gonna do this one more time. Render animation. I'm just not even gonna open Godot, so it doesn't break anything. What if I tried rendering with Eevee? Like getting this result. This doesn't look bad. But it has like all the environmental reflections here, I think. Alright, the results look more correct this time. No, they don't. Like it'll quickly flash to. This might be because the denoising might be screwing us over here. Let me turn the denoising back off. And no, we're just gonna keep the reflection stuff for now. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what else it could be. Yeah, what would rendering with Eevee look like? Kind of like cycles more. Let's render animation. Yeah, the reflections are so bright. Alright, this will probably be the last test, and then I'm gonna end stream. Might want to take more samples if I rebake this. Wait, noise threshold. Oh my god. Hold on. I forgot that was the thing. Have we just cracked the code? Let's see what this does. Like, doesn't really do anything. Still getting that blurriness underneath it all. Yeah, what the hell? That's actually affecting it. Interesting. Definitely need more samples. Okay, I suppose we can just wait again while this rebakes. Animation. Yeah, it's gonna take a couple minutes. What to talk about? Things. The next project. What's next with this current project, maybe? Which lip balm is best, in my experience, out of the two that I've used? Probably just what we would do next for this game. Yeah, I'm tempted to try and I'm thinking of the idea of making everything in this 3D, but that would be awful. It would be like remaking half the game. I'm pretty sure. And maybe we could just do the dragon in 3D. But then there would be like that weird perspective thing, which we are doing with the enemies already, but I feel like for the dragon, which like is the main thing you can control, it would be much less intuitive. So I don't know if I'm gonna do that. Music. We have to make music for the game at some point. I don't think it'll take too long. I think we could probably dedicate like 8 streams in total to music and have a good chunk of it done if I am efficient. I could be underestimating though. I mean, 8 streams, that's gonna be like 24 hours. Or 12 to 24 hours of like work. Hmm. Maybe I'll make like 4 songs just to start with. Might be able to do it within that time. Spend a lot of time when I make songs. I mean, maybe this time, maybe for this project, I won't be as much of a perfectionist about it. And also, I have more experience now, so it could go faster, but I don't think music will take too long. We need more sound effects. We need to build up the systems we already have. Wasn't there one more thing we needed to do? Oh yeah, pathfinding. That's like the one last large system we have to implement. Foreseeable system. But once we have that, I don't even know if it's going to be that difficult to do. Yeah, after pathfinding, we are like good to go to actually build the game. And then maybe we'll be done by like day 200. We'll see. We'll see what happens. What would that be in like what is I'm doing a calculation. What is 83 stream days? PK421 stream days in real life days. That's like a year. Just multiply the amount by that ratio. 7 divided by 2. The game will be done in a year. I don't know. I don't know if building up the actual content is going to take longer than implementing the core systems because it's just going to be the same thing over. Like, if I can get an enemy done per stream, or every 4 streams, let's say, and I want 10 enemies in the game, 40 streams for all the enemies. Environments, another 40 streams. Music, 10 streams. Upgrades and dragon stuff, maybe another 10 to 40 streams. It's starting to hone in a little bit, the scope, I feel. It's still very cloudy, but I feel like I'm starting to get a better idea of the development time. I guess this is kind of turning into like not a retrospective, but not a oh jeez, I don't even have the words for that. What is a retrospective when you're not looking back on it and you're not looking forward to it, but you're looking in the middle of it? Uh an infraspective. Or no, introspective. But that's like looking in. You're gonna be looking out. I don't know. I'll have to work on that one. I must define I must use every sentence I say must be one word. That is the goal. And that way I can just like say it, I can just say a symbol and convey the exact meaning I want. Talk about something else. Oh, yes. I have started getting involved in Magic the Gathering because I love gathering all my magic. And I built this deck, which sucks. Because I tested it and I lost 4 times in a row. It's definitely not my skill. Definitely not my skill, that's the problem. I swear, it's the deck. But I don't know. It's been cool so far. I've enjoyed it. We'll put this back. Frame 25. Why is this taking longer than... I feel like it's taking longer than the other time. Guess maybe we change some of the shader parameters. I don't want to touch anything though, because I feel like I could screw it up somehow. What do we want to do for the next game? I think we can talk a little bit about the next game. I will say, I mean, with this game, let's not talk about the next game. With this game, I have made a lot of consistent progress. This might be the farthest I've come developing any game ever in the history of my game development journey. I technically did finish like a really small project once for school, but it doesn't really count. It's not like a game. It's like a prototype. Yeah, I don't see why we wouldn't finish this. Now, maybe development time, the amount of time I'm spending on it would slow down or increase, depending on changes that happen in my schedule. But, like, the progress bar is going up. I just have to keep doing the streams. And it seems like a pretty good, like, form cue to also work on the game consistently. It's been actually a very good system for me. So it'll be done at some point. The game will be done, and then I can rejoice and make probably no money from the game. Let's be real. Well, I shouldn't say let's be real. I don't know. I don't know if I'll make money from this or not, but statistically, if I were to... Yeah, I don't know. I don't have that much foresight. I don't have the sufficient foresight to say whether I'd make absolutely nothing on this game or not. I don't think it's going to be as successful as Minecraft, though. That's probably not going to happen. I think, for fun, taking a guess for fun, not a serious guess, boom, absolving myself of responsibility, it might be able to get as popular... No, I don't even want to say that. Yeah, I have no idea. I properly have no idea how successful the game could potentially be. That is just too beyond the scope. All I can compare it to is games of similar scale and try to make some sort of judgment based off of that. Okay, we have the world's shiniest water. Let's give it a final test. Oh, and then I guess I can talk a little bit about the next project. I don't know what I want to do. And that's all I have to say about the next project. No. Right now I'm thinking I probably will do that dungeon crawler thing, because it's something I've always wanted to make. It might be like really out of scope, but I don't know, I could work on another small game and just have that done. I just keep making small games forever, but I could also treat the next game like I'm treating this game, and just finish it at some point. Make it a bit larger scope. Although I don't even know if it'll necessarily take longer than this game. The game does have a fair amount going into it. Okay, the water is somewhat improved. We have a much better basis for like changing the water now, at least. So we can tweak these parameters pretty easily. And once we do that enough, I think the water will look pretty good. Yeah, we probably want to increase the frequency as well. But yeah, I think I'm going to end stream here. So thank you everyone who stopped in. Thank you, Detective Pikachu. I will see you all in the next one. Take care.